done so much work in the last few weeks. So you've put in the hard work up front, which will give your personal style a far better chance of becoming the glorious, magnetizing, confidence-boosting thing you always wanted it to be. So it's all about to materialize now. So we've done a lot of work. Week 1, you created your beauty mind map where we asked the question, what do I find beautiful? You also created your branding mind map, which asked the question, what do I want to say? In week 2, you started building your 3 Pinterest boards. First, it was your universal style board. Then it was your color palette board. And then finally, your fashion inspiration board. Then in week 3, you started working on building a kinder, more accepting and loving relationship with your body to prepare you for those fitting room mirrors. And then in week 4, you created your shopping list. You took yourself off on your first faux shopping trip where you tried tons of things on and were hopefully able to get a really clear idea of what cuts, colors, fabrics, prints, and patterns you are most comfortable in and that make you feel most beautiful. You took selfies of all your outfits, the good and the bad. Now I forgot to check that with you girls, but I'm hoping you did it. Now can you guys just type in the chat box yes if you got to do that? If you put all your selfies in your adorable style selfie album in your phone. Yes? Did you girls do that? Maria, only what I liked. Fair enough. Mostly. Okay, I want you girls to get in the habit of doing that. So if you go for a 2nd or 3rd shopping trip, I want you to keep doing that, okay? Oh, you're good girls. Oh, you're good girls. All right. Then you made lots and lots of notes. You scribbled things out, you added things, and you continued to refine your unique personal style. So now we're going to weave all of these things together to create your visual story, the story that will now elegantly and authentically express your beauty and your brand through the way that you dress. Oh, Casey, I just saw that you made a 4th Pinterest board of them. That is such a great idea. Such a great idea. Good on you. Alrighty, now I love this quote by Nina Garcia that talks about style as being an instant language. It said this instant language is much smarter than it gets credit for at times. They are just clothes, shoes, and bags, you could say. And people do say it day after day. But I think they are more than just clothes, shoes, and bags. They are a large part of a woman's character and tell us a bit of her story without saying a word. So let's figure out how we're going to piece your story together. To do this, you'll need to have your 2 mind maps, your 3 Pinterest boards, your shopping list, and all your adorable style selfies, which you've been adding into your album or your Pinterest board. Before we begin creating the 2 parts of your style profile, I want you to go back through all 3 of your Pinterest boards and delete anything that doesn't resonate with you in the way that it did when you first began. Once you've done that, I want you to look over your shopping list. And if there's anything on that list that you tried on when you went on your shopping trip, but you didn't like it or you didn't feel comfortable in it, then go back to your fashion inspiration board. See if it's somehow represented in any of the images and then delete them. Or you can move them over to one of your other boards, totally up to you. But I just want to make sure that everything on that fashion inspiration board is what you would wear in reality. And then if you discovered anything new about your style on your shopping trip, if you tried something that maybe wasn't represented on that board, then I want you to try and find images that you can add to the board that do represent that, just so that we've got a really well-rounded board that captures all the essence of your style. Then I want you to look over everything again. So your 2 mind maps, your Pinterest boards, your shopping list, your selfies. Study everything you've learned in taking each one of these steps, and then think about how you could puzzle all these pieces together. Go back and forth between everything you've created. Use it as a visual reference to make sure you have a really good grasp of the overall feeling of the style you've been developing throughout the program. Hopefully you'll really start noticing the patterns and themes in the individual pieces you love, the silhouettes, the shapes, the cuts, the colors, the fabrics, the prints and patterns, the styling techniques, and the accessories that you love too. I want you to figure out, how does this all fit together? So you might be drawn to minimalistic looks with structured shapes, clean lines, and jewel tones. Or maybe you love everything with a slightly quirky vintage vibe with faded brights, clashing prints, and lots of design detailing. Answer the question in your week 5 workbook to help you get a good grasp of the main idea. So bullet points are fine here, but I want you to answer these questions. What's the overall feeling of your personal style? What individual pieces do you love most? What silhouettes, shapes, and cuts do you love and feel most comfortable in? What colors do you love most? What fabrics? What are your favorite prints and patterns? What styling techniques do you want to use as a part of your style? What accessories do you love wearing? So the jewels, shoes, bags, hats, hair, makeup. Okay, just try and capture that just briefly in these sheets. And now we're going to take everything you've learned throughout Brand Yourself Beautiful and turn it into a detailed style profile. And this profile will become the roadmap to your ideal personal style. It'll be the thing that leads you to the way you would like to dress despite the current state of your wardrobe. And then next week, which is Closet Cleanse Week, your style profile will become the reference you need to start editing, organizing, tweaking, and then upgrading your wardrobe baby step by baby step. It's a process, all right? So it's not going to happen all at once, but this will definitely get you onto the path to get there. So today I'm going to teach you the 2-part process you need to create a complete style profile. So in part 1, you'll create a final mood board that'll express the overall feeling or the essence of your unique personal style. And then in part 2, you'll create a written summary which will capture the key qualities of your unique personal style. So part 1 is inspirational and part 2 is implementational. So the mood board is this beautiful visual element of your style, while the written summary is the practical path to get you there. Before we get started, I just want to say this. I don't want you to worry about whether you think you're ready or not to pinpoint your personal style. So style, and I know I've said it a lot before, but it's an evolving process. So nothing is set in stone here. So if you're not 100%, that's okay. But I still don't want that to let you feel stuck. So just keep moving forward, okay? And you will be able to refine it and change it as you go, as you get to know that part of yourself more intimately. In Bobby Thomas's book, The Power of Style, she says, your style is extremely personal and constantly evolving. It's a fluid process of discovery, influenced by your silhouettes as well as your personal evolution. Similar to your taste in food, your favorite types of music, and the television shows you watch on a regular basis, your style sensibilities will change over the years. I don't know about you, but I'm a much different person today than I was 10, 15, and 20 years ago. So remember that discovering your style is a journey, not a destination. So there might be parts of your style profile that you change your mind about, or things you ditch because you don't like them anymore. That's part of the process. So embrace it. The more you dig into this, regardless of its imperfections, the more you practice training your eye for style. And that in and of itself will do wonders for your wardrobe. So give it a go and then keep improving it and tweaking it as you go along. Creating a mood board is an incredibly powerful technique used by artists, illustrators, fashion designers, graphic designers, interior designers. It's basically just a collection of images stuck onto a blank canvas, which conveys a mood or tells a story about a particular, often abstract idea. It's the unicorn and rainbows part of expressing the idea behind your personal style. And because of the total freedom you have in arranging your images and the ability to see all your inspiration in one place, mood boards are a great way to visualize abstract creative ideas and narratives. particularly when it comes to your personal style and brand. So creating a mood board is as much about the process as it is about the outcome. Your goal is to end up with something that you can use as a visual reference point to your style. And the act of choosing images, which will give you a good idea about how all these different elements work together to ensure that you really love the overall picture that you've created. So I'm going to show you how to create your mood board in 2 steps. So first you are going to do a mock-up mood board in Pinterest, but we're not going to stop there. Pinterest is quick and easy and it's a great start, but it's not the greatest way to create a final mood board because it doesn't allow you to arrange your images or alter their size. You'll always be limited in being able to effectively communicate your style. Pinterest, I think for me, is lots of different images, whereas a mood board becomes just one big image. So it becomes something that is whole rather than lots of disjointed pieces. So to make your mood board as effective and helpful as possible, you're going to take your images from Pinterest and then create your final mood board in Canva, which is basically just a super simple graphics tool, little program. I sometimes use Photoshop to create mood boards, or you could use InDesign too if you're, a little bit fancier, but Canva is fantastic. It's free, it's super quick and easy, even if you've never used the program before. And the great thing about this program is that it's far faster than the traditional cut and paste method, which just requires so much fluffing around and messiness, and I just don't want to make you girls do that. All right, so now I want you to go back into Pinterest and create your 4th Pinterest board, which will be called Personal Style Mood Board. With your shopping list and your selfies in front of you to help, start collecting and curating your favorite images, which can be taken from any of your 3 existing boards, and then put onto this new board. So to make sure you have a really good variety of images that really capture the essence of your personal style as a whole, I want you to pick 2 to 3 images that most beautifully represent each of the individual elements of your personal style, so that the overall feeling you are going for is captured as meticulously as possible. Now, these elements don't all have to be fashion related. They can be. They can be all fashion related if you want them to be. So that is completely up to you, as long as the mood board is capturing as much of the essence of your style as possible. So here's just a little list, just to jog your memory. The overall feel, the individual pieces, the silhouettes, shapes and cuts, the colors, the fabrics and textures, the prints and patterns, the styling techniques, and the accessories. So each one of these, I want you to pick 2 to 4 images that best encapsulate that particular element, okay? So here is my personal style mood board in Pinterest. There is 20 images. I do not want you to go over 20 images. In fact, I'd almost be as anal as to say just exactly 20 images is kind of perfect. So I just want you to keep fine-tuning this, make sure that these are, your 20 favorite images that really capture the essence of what you want to be able to express through your style. Alrighty. So now that we've created your Pinterest board, I want you to go over to Canva and continue to develop and finalize your mood board there. So to get started on Canva, you just go to canva.com, and then to sign up, you can click either small business or personal, or the personal button, whatever's true for you. And then click on the sign up button at the bottom there, pop in your details, and then click sign up. Canva will take you to this page here. So just click whichever button is right for you. I clicked business owner or manager. Then you'll be taken to a collaboration page. So don't worry about this bit for now. You can always add to it later if you want to continue using the program. So just go down to the bottom and click skip inviting team members. Then you'll get to this page here. Click on the button that says more design types down the bottom. and then click Mood Boards Photo Collage in the middle of the bottom row of the thumbnails there. Then Canva will show you this page here. So I suggest you click Show Me How It's Done. So then you can just watch their little video that shows you how to create your mood board, which literally takes half a minute, and it will just get the ball rolling for you. Now, once the video has finished, you'll be able to have a scroll through hundreds of templates on the left-hand side of the screen. So I like to use a template called Summer Season, which is the one up here on the screen that you'll see on the right. I just like it because it's super simple. It's easy to change the size and the crop of the images. I like that it has the 5 color swatches in the middle there, which is great for displaying your color palette. But honestly, you don't have to go with this. You can go with any of the templates. If there's one there that particularly grabs you, go for it. Just use that, all right? But I do suggest you do pick one that has the little color swatches, because I think that's a really fantastic part of your mood board. So next, what I want you to do is download all 20 images from your personal style mood board in Pinterest. And then I want you to upload each one of those 20 images into Canva. So you can do this by going to the little square tab which says Uploads on the far left-hand side button there, which is just down the bottom with the little arrow pointing up. Then you can click the button that says Upload Your Own Images, or you can just drag and drop your images, so from your desktop straight into the Upload Your Images, like that whole box. You can just drag and drop them, which is so easy. Now, you probably won't be using all these 20 images that you've just uploaded into Canva. But I just find it really helpful to have access to all of them. You'll probably find that there'll be some images that you thought would work really well and you put them into your mood board, but then you're not really liking it, so you delete it and then you try another image. And then other images you think that maybe aren't as much your favorite, and they work really well, you know? So it's just a part of experimenting and playing and just giving yourself room to do that. And it's so much easier for you to be able to do that when everything is in there, like all your elements are in there, rather than dipping into Pinterest and then coming back to Canva and then downloading and then dipping back into Pinterest. It just makes the process a lot more efficient. Once all your images are uploaded into Canva, it's time to arrange them on your canvas in a way that best reflects the overall style you have in mind. To do that, you need to make a decision about how important each of the individual aspects of your style are, and then give them a proportionate amount of space on your mood board. Some of the images will be absolutely essential to the overall feeling of your style, so be sure to emphasize these by making them bigger and keeping them closer towards the center. You could also include a few different examples of a similar idea if you want to give it more weight. And then for the images that are nice add-ons but not quite as crucial, you can make those images smaller, or you can place them around the edges. But just play around with them on your mood board until it represents the exact aesthetic you are going for. And then finally, I want you to select the 5 colors that best represent your personal style. So you can do that by clicking on one of the color boxes in the mood board. This will pop up the default palette in the top left corner. So you can just click the plus sign, which is on the top left-hand side of the sample box. So here you'll be able to either hand select your color from the color picker, or you'll be able to insert the exact color code if you have it. And then this is my final mood board in Canva. So you'll see that I actually don't have that many fashion related images, but that doesn't mean that you can't. Like for me, a huge priority to me in my style is color, its shape, its mood. And then of course, like you've got, like for me, I've got my lacy aspects, I've got kind of my tougher, like, you know, highlights of black. I've got the gorgeous old lady who I love, and it's not that I actually want to dress like her, but I love the heart of what she's expressing through her clothes. And I guess that's, you know, like the kind of vibe that I want to have about myself too, that I just want to be individual and be completely accepting of who I am, and it, you know, kind of be able to express that in however creative way that I want to. So this is how I do it. I don't want you girls to feel like, oh, I have to have flowers on my board, or oh, I have to have food or interiors or whatever it is. Like, you can have all clothes if you want to, or you can have just a couple of shots of the clothes and you know, like I'm just thinking Tina's just popped into my head right now where she loves Alicia Keys and her aesthetic. So she might have a couple of, you know, images here of Alicia Keys, and then a couple, you know, of like travel shots. So it's completely up to you how you actually want to express this. Now I just wanted to show you, and I know I showed you these shots, I think it was Pinterest week. In the second week I showed you some of the, you know, the branding shots and some of my graphics from my website, but I just wanted you to see how it all kind of works together. So once you've got your mood board, you know, how then my branding photos work into that, and my clothes work into that, and the graphics on my website work into that. Okay, so it's just that flow and effect that you can continue to work towards. And then this is just another mood board from one of my past clients. I just wanted to show you a couple of other examples, you know, which is completely different, but so gorgeous, right? The blues, and it's kind of carefree, and I don't know, it's just gorgeous. I love it. And then this is another beautiful one with her gorgeous lavenders and pops of green. It's very French provincial, kind of cool too, with a, you know, the gorgeous thing with her purple hair. All right, so now we're up to the second part of your style profile, which is naming your style. So your first mood board is finished, and now it's time to bring all those ideas you've been able to capture from the clouds to the street. That's what part 2 of your style profile is all about. It's creating a written summary that'll turn your inspiration from fluff and rainbows to something tangible and concrete, something that you can use as a reference to start cleansing and creating a new wardrobe to match your personal style. So again, you're going to need your mind maps, your Pinterest boards, your shopping list, and your selfies. And then I want you to answer the questions on page 4 of this week's workbook. So, how does this style express what is beautiful to you? How does this compare to the beauty mind map you created in the first week of Brand Yourself Beautiful? So have a look back at that. See how they compare with each other. How does the style express what you want to say? And then how does that relate to your messaging mind map that you created in the first week? And then I want you to look over all the questions that you've answered in the workbook. So from page 1 to page 4. And I want you to figure out how you can use these answers as a way to help you create a simple phrase that sums up your personal style. So this will be your personal style statement. So your personal style statement is like you're puzzling all these pieces together and then using those pieces to come up with a name for your personal style. It's a carefully crafted phrase that you'll be able to go back to over and over again. It's the thing that'll give you direction and clarity around making decisions about your clothes so that it can help you confidently say, when you're in the fitting room, yes, that's my style, or yeah, I don't think that one's working, all right? So it'll give you a lot of clarity around that. So my personal style statement is sophisticated femininity with a carefree aesthetic and a touch of tough. Now, I don't know if that makes any sense to you, which is completely fine. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone but you, okay? It doesn't matter. Nobody else needs to even know what it is, although I am going to get you girls to share it with us. But nobody else outside of this program needs to know what it is, all right? So it just has to make sense to you. So be as creative as you can be. And remember, you can rewrite this statement anytime you like because your style is fluid, it's not stagnant. Although the really deep foundational love you have now discovered for a particular kind of beauty will most likely stay the same, the expression of that beauty will change and it will evolve as you do. So I just wanted to give you some other phrases from my one-on-one clients, just to get your ideas, spark ideas for you. So we've got simple yet elegant with whispers of wealth. Audrey Hepburn with a touch of tomboy. Whimsical and witty with a splash of granny chic. Victorian romantic with a little edge and casual flair. Creative bohemian, New York street style. Great Gatsby glam with a feeling of flirtiness and fun. So that's it. So you've finished your style profile, which means you're on the way to an exceptionally gorgeous personal style and a beautiful wardrobe. So all you need to do now is look at your current wardrobe to see how it differs from your ideal style and then find where the gaps are. By doing that, you'll be able to set priorities for when you are ready to start buying a few fancy new pieces and then translate your beautiful new style into an expressive, versatile wardrobe. And that's what we're going to be focusing on next week.